Hello students, I'm Imani Sharma, your educator. I warmly welcome you all on our YouTube platform where we in today's video are going to move forward and talk about another important topic from our unit of higher education, right? जो paper 1 में बहुत important है. So as far as the commissions, the educational commissions in India are concerned, we totally divide them in two parts basically, pre and post independence. Now pre-independence education commissions, as the name is very much self-explanatory, वो independence से पहले वाली education commissions थी. When we see that how the British East India Company was ruling and what changes were they trying to bring forth in the field of education. Coming to the post-independence commission, ये सारी commissions जो हैं, they will be important from the perspective of now Indians being involved in putting their ideas across as in the field of education. तो यहाँ पे we will be seeing that how the education after independence उसमें कैसे changes लाने के लिए there will be people who will be saying कि हाँ जी education में female education should be incorporated, technical vocational education. Of course these were certain ideas जो British अपने time पे भी दे गए थे, लेकिन mind you because of the fact that World War II भी शुरू हो गई थी and World War I का time period भी 1914 to 18 था, then दूसरा विश्व युद्ध जिसको हम 1939 to 1945 consider करते हैं, that's why the British people were not able to practice or exercise जो भी चीजें वो अपनी commissions में अपने education policies में कह रहे थे, right? So if we try to talk about the education policies that they are going to come in here, we certainly need to focus on the commissions majorly, right? So the first introductory journey here, India's journey after independence. So we see now the British will not be having the sole authority to decide what is to be taught in India. Indians को क्या पढ़ाया जाना चाहिए, ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ it was not the responsibility British की ही. Now the Indians were also taking a chance to make sure कि किस तरीके की education would be benefiting India in the longer run as well, right? So we will be seeing बहुत सारे reforms होंगे, बहुत सारे changes, बदलाव आएंगे and वो बदलाव development के लिए आएंगे, right? Establishment of various commissions to address the educational challenges, and we will see that how there are questions इन्हीं commissions में से जो पूछे जाते हैं in your NET examination. Now moving to the first ever committee which came after independence, the first post-independence commission is known by the name Radhakrishnan Committee, right? So we know that of course it's also known by another name, University Education Commission. And why am I saying 1948 to 49 इसका time था? तभी this is the first commission after independence. We gained independence 1947 में, right? After that in 1948-49 we see that this commission was there. Now it has another name as well. यहीं पे I'm telling you again, this thing is really very important to make a note of. अगर किसी भी commission का कोई दूसरा नाम भी है, if there is another name for any particular commission, policy, so on and so forth, you need to make a special note by highlighting it in your notebooks, right? So that अगर examination में Radhakrishnan Committee की जगह पे University Education Commission आ जाता है, then you are able to identify it, right? It was chaired by Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan and focused on higher education in India. So if we try to talk about the field of higher education, उसमें how the challenges are there, what are the changes that are to be made, उसके बारे में बात करी गई. Now each and every educational commission that we are going to do, उसकी कुछ recommendations would be there. कि उन्होंने क्या recommend करा कि education को सही करने के लिए क्या-क्या चीजें करी जानी चाहिए. So these recommendations, they do play a major role. So they thought that improving the education quality should be improved, right? Expanding access, promoting research and fostering autonomy in universities. Now, पहले क्या होता था that in the pre-independence time periods we see that British held the authority over the universities which were there. तो 3 universities ही थी, हमने देखा था in the pre-independence time period during the revolt of 1857 वाले year में ही we see that there were 3 universities which were there, right? University of Calcutta, University of Madras and University of Bombay. ये 3 universities तो थी. बाकी जो जहां पे भी और एजुकेशन यहीं तक सीमित थी. लेटर ऑन वी सी मेजरली दैट दे आर सेइंग दैट द ऑटोनॉमी शुड बी इन बाकी institutions को which are spreading higher education, they should be provided with the autonomy. उनको independence या freedom देनी चाहिए अपना syllabus वगैरह बनाने के लिए, उसको incorporate करने के लिए in the courses and everything. And they said that we need to improve the quality of education, which अभी तक नहीं है properly, right? Expanding access, हर एक इंसान को in India, they should be getting access to education and promoting research. So research which we in today's time think कि हाँ जी it's been आजकल के time पे ही start करी गई है, people are doing PhDs and everything. At that point of time as well, these things were being promoted to incorporate the habit of curiousness in people and उस curiosity को, उस जिज्ञासा को answers देने के लिए, right? Moving forward, we have the next commission that is known by Mudaliar Commission. The name is here 1952 to 53, right? It's also known by another name again, Secondary Education Commission. तो अगर नाम में ही we know that this particular commission will aim on the secondary education के part पे ही, right? It will not be much concerned about the primary or the higher education, but secondary education को it will give importance. Head कौन थे? A. लक्ष्मण स्वामी मुडालियर. हेड्स के नाम भी कई बार पूछ लेते हैं. एग्जामिन द स्टेट ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन इन इंडिया एंड रिकमेंडेशंस, जैसे मैं बोल रही हूँ, दे आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. करिकुलम रिफॉर्म्स होने चाहिए, सिलेबस में बच्चों को पढ़ाना कैसे है, हाउ, व्हाट आर द टेस्ट दैट आर टू बी इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इन द क्लासरूम एंड एवरीथिंग, उसको लेके रिफॉर्म्स की बात करी गई. द टीचर्स शुड बी वेल ट्रेन्ड इनफ सो दैट दे आर एबल टू टीच प्रॉपर्ली, एंड वोकेशनल एजुकेशन सो दैट जो भी बच्चे सीखें उसका लॉन्गर टर्म में व्हेन दे आर सपोज टू गेट अ जॉब एंड एवरीथिंग, हाउ विल दे गेट इट, राइट? तो वोकेशनल एजुकेशन भी देनी चाहिए. मूविंग फॉरवर्ड टू भक्तवत्सलम कमिटी रिपोर्ट दैट केम इन द ईयर 1963. चेयरमैन मिस्टर एम भक्तवत्सलम थे. To investigate the reasons, now here this committee was established and chaired by him because of the fact that they wanted to know कि कौन क्या reasons क्या है public support for girls education के. Now you know that majorly in India from the very beginning we see that girls को education जो था उसका थोड़ा lack of support था. Now this committee was set up to find कि उनके कारण क्या है, लड़कियों को एजुकेशन में इनरोल कराया क्यों नहीं जा रहा है, व्हाट आर द रीजंस फॉर द सेम थिंग, पर्टिकुलरली इन द रूरल रीजन्स, जहाँ पे जो गांव वगैरह के लोग हैं. एक तो रीजन यही हो सकता है ना दैट दे आर नॉट अवेयर कि लड़की को एजुकेट करा के ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन लेट हर नो सर्टेन थिंग्स, यू कैन मेक हर अवेयर, यू कैन मेक हर इंडिपेंडेंट एज वेल. So especially in the rural regions, in the village areas, people were not really knowing कि हाँ जी girls को भी education देनी चाहिए. At the primary level, co-education should be popular. Why? So that जो भी एक एक gender stereotype बना हुआ है about the girls, the guys, etc. Co-education so that the girls also know how to talk to guys, and of course there is this commonality now that should be drawn between men and women. कि लड़का लड़की एक समान है, उस चीज को प्रमोट करने के लिए को एजुकेशन भी लाई जाने का रिकमेंडेशन हुआ प्राइमरी लेवल पे. एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ विमेन्स सोशल एजुकेशन सेंटर्स इन रूरल एरियाज सो दैट विलेज वाले लोगों को भी ये चीजें पता चले कि औरतों को पढ़ाना इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है, राइट? इंसेंटिव्स लाइक रिजर्वेशन ऑफ सीट्स in training institutions for women as well as appealing remuneration, housing, quarters and transportation costs should be promoted. कि औरतों की पढ़ाई में बाधा ना आए, इसके लिए उनके लिए सीट्स रिजर्व्ड होनी चाहिए इन ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस जहां से वो ट्रेनिंग लेंगी. उनको अच्छी सैलरी रेम्यूनरेशन मिलनी चाहिए, उनको रहने के लिए हाउसिंग क्वार्टर्स मिलने चाहिए, एंड ऑफ कोर्स इफ दे आर ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के चार्जेस एक्सेट्रा शुड बी कवर्ड. तो ये सारी जो चीजें थी भक्तवत्सलम कमेटी, बहुत बार आया नेट में ये भी, उन्होंने रेकमेंड करी. देन वी हैव अनदर वेरी 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 फेमस टाइम एंड अगेन आस्क्ड कमीशन फॉर द नेट एग्जामिनेशन, द कोठारी कमीशन 1964 to 66. It's also known by another name, Education Commission, chaired by Dr. S. Kothari, right? D.S. Kothari. Comprehensive, क्या कह रहे थे ये लोग? Assessment of the education system from pre-primary to higher education. So here we will see that बाकी एजुकेशन कमीशन या तो कोई हायर एजुकेशन के बारे में बात कर रहा है या कोई सेकेंडरी के बारे में बात कर रहा है. नो हायर एजुकेशन, मोस्टली इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्री से लेके हायर एजुकेशन का स्पेयर. तो दैट वाज कथारी कमीशन जिन्होंने बोला कि प्री प्राइमरी से लेके हायर तक की एजुकेशन के बारे में असेसमेंट करना है, चैलेंजेस क्या हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स क्या है, उनको देखेंगे. national income का 6% of national income should be incorporated and spent on education so that the people of India, they are well read, उनको they are literate, पढ़े लिखे हों वो. And Kothari Commission was the first commission to introduce, ये सीधा ऐसे ही question आता है, 10+2+3 system of education. So first to 10th, 11th, 12th and then 3 years of bachelor's, right? Advocated for the promotion of equal education opportunities, right? सबको equal education opportunities मिलनी चाहिए, vocational education so that they can go and move forward in the job fair as well, right? And the use of technology in education so that नया भारत उस point of time पे भी, you know, technology के साथ भी लोगों को acquaint कराया जाए, उनको पता कराया जाए, right? And the people are also using technology in the field of education, right? So that was the things and recommendations promoted by them. Then we have National Policy on Education, which came in the year 1986. Before I talk about this National Policy on Education, this is the very first pointer that I have boldened in here, that it was not a commission. ये commission नहीं थी, इसने कोई recommendations नहीं दिए थे as such. But we see policy of education. जैसे अभी 2020 में हमारी NEP आई है 2020 वाली, ठीक है? उसी तरीके से NPE, एक chronology बता देती हूँ. First of all, National Policy on Education came in the year 1968, जब इंदिरा गांधी थी, ठीक है, PM. Then we have NPE again, National Policy on Education, जिसके बारे में अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं, 1986 में आएगी, when Rajiv Gandhi would be here, right, under Rajiv Gandhi's government. Then अब इतने सालों बाद NEP 2020 आई थी. So before, अभी हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? NPE की. Now NPE, NEP जो है ये अलग चीजें लेके आएगी, अलग thought process लेके आएगी. But the main aim of National Policy on Education था access and equity. Access and equity. Access का मतलब कि सभी को in India, everybody should get a chance to have education. सभी को access होनी चाहिए. Equity, fairness, regardless of religion, regardless of caste, regardless of creed, regardless of gender and everything, हर एक इंसान को education मिलनी चाहिए. This was a recommendation, this was an idea that was put forth by National Policy on Education in 1986, right? Aimed at modernizing and restructuring the education system. Because 1968 वाली ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर पाई थी, तो 1986 वाली National Policy on Education ने aim करा कि what are the obstacles that we have faced in 1968 and we need to work on them, right? Then we have Gyanam Committee, which came in the year 1993, coming and moving forward in here, recommended the flexibility and autonomy for ensuring excellency in academics. कि academic sphere में बच्चे जो है अच्छा करे, इसके लिए उनको फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी और ऑटोनॉमी मिलनी चाहिए, उनको जब टाइम हो वैसे पढ़ने का मौका मिलना चाहिए, उनको चूज करने का सब्जेक्ट मौका मिलना चाहिए. एंड इन्होंने एक ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है डायरेक्टली, एंड एट द टाइम्स दे हैव आस्क्ड द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ दिस NCHER एज वेल. इन्होंने एक बोला कि एक नीड है ऑफ नेशनल कमीशन ऑन हायर एजुकेशन एंड रिसर्च. इसकी नीड है टू रेगुलेट द क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड टू इनकरेज रिसर्च इन the university system. तो ज्ञानम कमिटी ने बोला that research should be as a field should be proposed. बच्चों के माइंड में ये चीज लेके आनी है that yes of course research is one such thing which needs to be promoted. हर एक इंसान को अगर कोई क्वेश्चन माइंड में आ रहा है, they want to do a research on that, they can go ahead and do that because eventually it's going to be benefiting to them and secondly to the economy of India as well. To regulate the quality of education. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें सिर्फ नंबर्स ही बढ़ाए जाने हैं स्कूल्स के. We need the quality, जो उसमें चाहे कम बच्चे हैं, but they are well read and well educated. We don't need the numbers to increase, but we need the quality to be increased in here. ठीक है, ये ज्ञानम कमिटी ने बोला. Then we have National Knowledge Commission 2005 to 9. It is also known by another name. Dr. Sam Pitroda ने इसको चेयर करा था, तो क्वेश्चन पेपर में you guys would be coming across Sam Pitroda committee, ठीक है, या कमीशन. तो it does not mean कि that was another one, उसका ही अलग नाम है, right? It addresses the issues of knowledge and information in the digital era. So what were they saying? That yes of course पीपल शुड बी, उनको टेक्नोलॉजिकली एडवांस करना एक हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, राइट? सो नॉलेज उनकी बढ़ानी है डिजिटल एरा में, जहां पे हम वी आर सीइंग दैट टेक्नोलॉजी इज बूमिंग. इट मेड रिकमेंडेशंस ऑन हायर एजुकेशन. वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग की जॉब के रिलेटेड ट्रेनिंग देनी चाहिए. ई गवर्नेंस, क्योंकि डिजिटल एरा की बात कर रहे हैं तो सिटीजन्स को व्हाटएवर सर्विसेज, अगर कोई किसी के आधार में प्रॉब्लम है, आधार तो चलो अभी आया, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू एन एग्जांपल इन हियर, राइट? दैट ऑफ कोर्स if there are certain services जो government provide कर सकती है citizens को, then why not in using the technology, right? And use of technology in the field of education as well, not just in the citizens wala part, but also in the field of education. Moving forward, we have Justice Verma Committee, which just came in the year 2012, right? And we see it was headed by Justice J.S. Verma. Now, this is one sort of a very extraordinary sort of committee that was established. It tried to, address and examine issues related to women's education, कि क्या problems आ रही हैं in the field of women education, and gender inequality, which is still perpetually here. That why men and women, they are not being treated equally even in the field of job fairs as well. इन्होंने क्या recommendations करी? To promote gender equity and empowerment through education, कि schools में, colleges में, female enrollment should also be there. तो gender inequality को नीचे करना है, राइट? बट regardless of that, if a woman wants to go in the field of medicine, science, etc., वो incorporate होना चाहिए. Form to review and suggest measures to enhance the safety and security of students in schools. So, अगर बच्चे enrolled हैं schools में, they are admitted in the schools as well. So, how their security, their safety should be ensured. अगर बच्चा स्कूल में जा रहा है तो उसकी safety, security कैसे ensure करी जाए, that was also a recommendation that makes it a very different one than the others that we have seen previously. Also, it aimed at preventing and addressing instances of child abuse and sexual harassment. So, of course, in the school spheres and in the other spheres as well, if a child goes through any sort of sexual harassment, या उनको अब्यूज करा जाता है, then this committee, this particular Justice Verma Committee ने इसके लिए बोला गया कि उन चीजों को प्रिवेंट करना है मैक्सिमम वे में और एड्रेस करना है. इफ अ चाइल्ड गोज थ्रू दीज थिंग्स, दे आर टॉर्चरिंग, तो उन सब चीजों को एड्रेस करा जाएगा, राइट? सो दीज थिंग्स वुड बी एड्रेस्ड अंडर JS Committee, Justice Verma Committee. So these were the post-independence commissions, and I hope that you've understood the things and I have tried to incorporate them in the chronological manner, right? I'll see you guys again in another video. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.